What's going on? Zach Crawford here, and in today's video we're going to talk about how to create a $10,000 per month business even if you never even sell anything. And I know what you're thinking right now. This is bullshit, Zach. You can't make money without selling things. And trust me, I'm going to explain that in a minute. I'm going to draw it out here with my little iPad pencil thingy. So here's the thing. Somebody messaged me last night and they said, Zach, how do I get traffic to my affiliate link so I can promote this webinar and make some money? And the questions people ask me over and over and over again are pretty much the same form in a different way asked. And I understand it because I used to think this way when I first got started. If right now you're at that point where you're just like, God, I just want to make some sales, trust me, I understand, because when I first got started, my dream was not to become a millionaire, right? It was to make $3,000 a month because I wanted to quit my job. I wanted to be able to focus on business full time so I could get out of the massive debt and the horrible life situation I started in. I was not trying to make boatloads of money online. It wasn't until I learned the concept I'm going to teach you right now that I was able to create the seven-figure business I have today. I literally struggled. I sucked at selling. I was terrified to ever do a video. Like, I literally started with blogging because of the fact that I was an introvert. Like, people look at me now and they say, you're so confident, Zach. I don't see how you do all this stuff. You make everything look so easy. What they don't see is the introverted Zach that was years ago that was really stuck in my shell. I never laughed. I never smiled. I was very, I hated my life. If you've watched my documentary video I put on the channel, I literally wanted to kill myself. That wasn't a made-up story. I wish it was. And when I actually learned what I'm going to teach you here, it become very easy to make money. And I think that to blogging, because if I didn't learn to blog, I don't think I ever would have got this concept. There was a few things throughout my career that helped me understand the big concept I'm going to teach you here. But it wasn't until I really got into blogging heavily that I got it, because I followed a lot of blogs, and bloggers really understand this. Most marketers don't. Like, when people get in, they just want to make money, and that's why they're not making money. So here's the thing. I'm going to use affiliate marketing for this example since that's what I teach quite a bit. But understand, it applies for everything. I don't care if you're selling coaching consulting. I don't care if you're doing like services like I have an agency. It doesn't really matter what you're selling. It's all the same process, because when we first start out, it's about us. We want to make money, right? So here's what happens. Most people, like, say they start out in affiliate marketing. I'm just going to put AFM for affiliate marketing, right? And they get really excited about this. They're super pumped up with the idea that they can make lots of money, and they see other people making boatloads of money, so they're like, you know what, I'm going to do that too. And it's great. I love that you have that ambitious attitude. That's what it takes to get to where you want to be. With that being said, you got to use a little bit of logic and common sense when you actually build a business, right? So what most people are doing is they go sign up for affiliate marketing. They get their affiliate link and they immediately start like posting it on Facebook. They go to they go to Instagram and do that. They go to YouTube and they post in comments, and you'll see this all the time on videos, especially like in the make money online niche, but I've even seen it in the weight loss niche as well. And people will be like, check out this new offer that allowed me to make $1,003.02 in my first 2 days online. They post silly shit like that, and basically what they're doing is they're thinking that like somebody's going to click on that link and they're going to get a sell. And I want you to realize that people are not stupid. When you treat people like they're stupid, they're never going to trust you. They're never going to buy from you. And so if you haven't got it from what I just said, trust is the selling metric of this day and age. I believe in direct response marketing. When I started, it's what I've learned over the last 6 years of my career. And if you don't know what direct response marketing is, it's like copywriting, using words that sell, using persuasion. It's getting a direct response to lead to the sell. That's what direct response marketing is. However, what happens is when people come into any business online, they want to use direct response marketing before they actually build trust, right? And so I want you to realize when you're trying to do this, right? Let's just even say, here's another thing I see people do. They see people talk about like Facebook ads, Google AdWords, Instagram ads, whatever it be. So we're just going to put like IG, we're going to put G for the big G, Google AdWords. They think they're going to come run some ads, and they're just going to send it to this sales page, right? And then they think that people are going to buy. They think that if they just send enough traffic there, they're going to start getting some sales. And I hear it all the time. People are like, oh, I just need to get some sales just to show that this is real. Or I just need to get some sales so I can get some motivation. I want you to understand that if you're not self-motivated, if you don't have a bigger purpose, like, other than just making money, like you want to give your family a better life, for me, that was what motivated me. It wasn't Lambos. I'm at the point in my career now where I want to start kind of rewarding myself and getting some toys to de-stress from business. But what motivated me was my family, my parents. I wanted to give them a better life because if you know anything about my backstory, I got hit by a drunk driver. All my friends left me. They were the ones there to pick me up, pay my bills, support me, pick up all the pieces of all the emotional damage that was done from going through all that and being in severe debt. And so that was what motivated me. It wasn't getting rich. It was helping my family. So if all your goal is just to get paid, I promise you, you're never probably going to get paid, let alone are you ever going to climb high in business. Business is not something that is just push button easy. You're going to get punched in the teeth a few times. You're gonna want to quit and think you're not good enough. All your self doubts are going to kick in. But when you actually learn how to build business the right way, it becomes very easy to make money. So here's what you don't do. You don't just go set up an ad and run traffic to your sales page. I don't care if it's your own product, it's affiliate marketing. And here's why. These people. And this is what people are not factoring in, right? These traffic sources we're using over here. And my diagram is going to be a mess, but I want you to pay attention to where I'm talking about, right? So these traffic sources, as people are coming from there, these are people. This is something that a lot of people don't get. These people have desires, they have hopes, they have fears, they have worries, just like you do, right? Just like you do. So what a lot of people do is they come into this business thing and they think they're going to skip the process of building trust, right? This is how you bridge the gap, especially if you're an affiliate marketer. Here's what affiliate marketing really is. So you have the product that you want to sell, and then you have people over here, which I don't like referring to things as traffic. I like referring to them as people because you're dealing with real people. It's not traffic. It's not Facebook. It's not Instagram. It's not YouTube. It's people that have problems, concerns, worries, fears, things that they want a solution to. And when you just look at it, it's like, I'm going to get some traffic and people are going to buy this awesome product. And it doesn't work that way, right? So as an affiliate marketer, the product is right here. This is your end goal, right? This is how you get paid. You're right here. You are right here in the middle. And so technically there is no real reason for you, right? They could go if they knew about the product and they could buy without you. But what's great about affiliate marketing is right now I can point out several products people think because there's been hundreds of millions of dollars sold that it's saturated. And this is why most people never make money is they think like an employee. They think with a very limited mindset. Oh, there's tons of people who bought that. You can't sell that anymore. And you got to realize there's millions and millions and millions and millions of people in the world. So here's the thing. You have people, and what you have to do is you have to bridge the gap, right? Those people are coming to you, and then you have a page here, which is what we call a pre-sale page. And this pre-educates them. It tells them, this is what I got. This is how it's going to help you, all the benefits of what it can do for your life. And then here's how to get it. And you bridge it over here to the product, right? That's the easiest explanation. Now, you can really increase your income by tenfold when you create something called an email list. And I know if you've never heard about this, it's probably make money with email. But I'm still telling you, especially for you younger guys, I'm 32. And I remember when I first started back when I was around 25, I think, somewhere around 25 is when I started in this industry. And I started learning at least. And I just thought people buy from email. And then what's funny is after I got pulled into the world, next thing you know, I'm buying from email, right? It's still the number one platform to make money. Social media is a great thing, but here's something to realize. Social media can ban you. YouTube can ban you. Facebook can ban you. Instagram can ban you. And even when you're building up these profiles, you can lose everything. Compared to your email list, you own that. So I'm going to talk about the email list in a minute to 10x your income, but I want to keep things simple for now. So this is the affiliate marketing model that you need to be focusing on. You're bridging the gap from the person who has a problem, and then you're connecting them to a product that can help them. People get caught up, especially in affiliate marketing, and they're like, I want to promote this, I want to promote that. They're starting in the wrong thing, right? They're starting right here with the product. They're doing this as number one. But that's not how you sell things online. That's not where you start. You don't start with the product. You start with the people. So the people is the number one thing you start with. It's not the product. You find the people that have a problem or an interest or a desire, and then you bridge the gap to a product that is relevant to those people. You start with the who am I selling to? You don't start with, the product of what you're selling. Now, to go back to not selling, right? We're going to bring that back in. So if you remember what I said about trust being the number one selling mechanism, right? If you want to make money online, how do you get trust? You don't get trust by running that Facebook ad to the sales page, right? Because they don't know you. They definitely don't like you. And in fact, they probably want to punch you in the fucking face because of the fact that you're putting an ad in front of them and they did not log into Facebook in order to buy, right? They did not log into Facebook to buy something from you. They didn't. Nobody gets on social media and they're like, you know what? I want to buy something today. They get on social media to find some cool content, some things they like, to look at interesting articles or videos or whatever's going viral, or to connect with their friends. They didn't get on there to buy your product in your own self-interest of selling something. So here's how you do it, right? It's exactly what I'm doing right here. You create like a YouTube channel. You create an Instagram profile. Maybe you create a blog. Maybe Pinterest. Let's see, what else? What am I missing? Maybe Facebook. Could be a podcast. And something I want to touch on right here is these are what people refer to as traffic sources, right? But each one of these are people. It's people consuming the content, and that's what, like, the content is what builds the trust. So I have friends that are on all these different platforms. I'm on several of them myself. I suggest and always tell people, start with one traffic source where you're going to get your pocket of people. So obviously you got to make sure who you're catering to is on that platform. You sell one product, and then you do that for 1 year. Like, the number one entrepreneur trap, here's the difference between good entrepreneurs and bad entrepreneurs. Good entrepreneurs are very singular focused. They're focused on their mission of what they're doing. People that are not good entrepreneurs are doing everything, and most of the things they're doing, they don't need to be doing. They're just doing it because they have this whole FOMO concept, and they think, if I don't do this, I'm going to miss out. And what happens is it's better to be singularly focused. You know, the old analogy that if you hold the magnifying glass to the paper, after a while to burn, but if you move it around, it never even really but heats up. And so that's what most entrepreneurs are doing. They're heating things up, but they're never catching the paper on fire. So pick one traffic source, right? Now, one other thing I touched on, but if you're brand new to this concept and you're randomly finding this video even a year after I've created it, here's the thing you got to realize. This is what we keep talking about is people, right? Now, some people call it niche, some people say niche, but basically what a niche is a passionate group of people. And ideally you want to find people that are irrationally passionate. What I mean by irrationally passionate, and I wish I had my other camera, though I only have one that I'm filming with, but irrationally passionate people spend money on things that they love or problems they want to solve again and again and again. So a perfect example would be like with the camera I'm talking about, right? I have this camera I'm filming on. I have a monitor behind me that's like $1,000 that you can't see. I have two more cameras in my office, and I still am looking to buy more. It's not because I need a new camera. This one does the job just fine, right? Like the new camera I'm looking at, it has a really good autofocus, so I don't have to manually focus the camera. Like, do you think, is that really needed for $2,000? No, but I want it. And when you're passionate about something, you love something, you buy again and again and again. So this is what I mean by picking a niche, right? Picking a very tight group of people, and then you start with one product to start out with. You don't start out with 10. You don't try to create multiple streams of income if you can't even create one stream effectively. If you can't get people to buy one product well, you're not going to be able to do the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. So that's why I say one group of people or one niche, one product, and then you focus on doing that for 1 year. So one traffic source where the people are at, one product, do that for 1 year consistently, and you'll have a very large business. $10,000 a month will be nothing. I'm just using $10,000 a month because it seems like that's the magic number that everybody wants. $10,000 is nothing once you get started in this business. So you got your group of people, right? And what you do is you start, like, let's just say you go with Instagram, because let's say you're more introverted. That's fine. I believe video is hands down the best way to create content. But if you're not willing to do video, my second favorite, it would definitely be Instagram. Like, I'm not posting on Instagram at the moment. I will be building it next year. Remember what I said? It's about focus, right? So in the past, all I focused on was like building email. So with email, I pretty much just like created like I did email, blogging, and then I had several YouTube channels. But back then I was more scattered, right? I was creating like 20 different channels, and I was going in 20 different directions. I made a lot of money, but as you start learning about business, you wise up and start to learn to do things smarter and more efficiently. That's why I'm building this brand now and focusing just on this. And then later I'll do Instagram. Then from there I'll launch a podcast. But we're one person, right? And until you build a team and put people in place for each thing and you learn each platform, you're not going to be able to do them all. You can try, but you won't do them effectively, I promise. So what you're doing is you're creating content. Say on Instagram, what you would do is like, say this niche is like, fitness, right? You're just going to, share tips like daily. And what you do is you do what I would call insta blogging. And basically like now, like blogging is still very powerful. Like I think everybody should have a website. But it comes down to like a blog is something that's a long-term plan. It's not quick results because it's not viral in nature. However, when you get that Google traffic, search traffic, in my opinion, search is better than social media all day long. That's why I like YouTube. It's search. People are typing things in and looking for things. And when you get that traffic coming in, it's gold because those people are like using a sniper rifle compared to like social media, in my opinion, it's kind of like a shotgun. You're kind of shooting a bunch of pellets out there and hoping some of them hit the mark. However, that's not to say that Instagram is not great because it's very great. So you just share tips. And right now I know you're like, well, I don't know a whole lot about what I'm doing. This is why you got to learn some stuff. Like whatever niche you're picking you're going to go into, you should probably like it and like the idea of it and be excited about the idea because then it's going to be very easy to share tips. And you can even with like Instagram, you can even like syndicate other people's content to build your page and then you're building an audience. And here's what people don't realize, and this is something that I had a limited mindset when I started. Like in the old days, there was no way in hell I was going to share anybody's content because in my head I'm thinking, why am I going to share somebody else's content that's like a million steps ahead of me because then they're just going to go buy from them, right? But it goes back to this whole trust factor. So I want you to think about like, business kind of like you would think about like with your friends, right? That's what you want to do. You want to turn, people that are what I call looky-loos, or they're basically interested, into, followers. But then you want to turn your followers into friends because having followers, it's mental masturbation. It's a metric. I got 100,000 followers, but if you make like barely anything, what does that really do for you? Sure, you can tell your friends you have a bunch of following, you can say you're an influencer, but what really good is an influencer if you're not getting paid to do that? Like you want to use social media to get paid, not just to brag about how many likes you got. So there's people out there literally they have like 1.5 million say Instagram following, but they can barely pay the bills. To me, that's like why would you waste your time doing that? Maybe just because I'm a business person, that's how I think. So with Instagram, you're building trust, right? And so to go back to my whole syndicating concept where I had that limiting mindset, if you would share a cool piece of content with your friend, do you think they would be like, oh yeah, let me just like go over here? Or do you think they would be thankful, like, oh man, that's really cool. I like this person's podcast, or I like this whatever. You built goodwill with them, right? And I want you to think of, like social media or any traffic source that you're building is kind of like a mortgage, right? Building up equity. So every little day you're giving out these tips, right? And you're building not money per se, but you're building equity in the value bank, basically. You're building value or exchanging value to these people. You're making their life better. You're making their life more simple. You're giving them cool tips that they like. You're sharing content that makes them feel good every day. So after you keep depositing in this value bank, right? What happens is eventually you can literally just recommend your product and then you get to cash out. And then what you do is you go right back to this process. You keep adding the value and then you make a recommendation and then you can cash out. And this is how you do things without selling, right? It doesn't matter what platform you're doing. I don't care which one it is. Most people, like when they say create an email list. I talked about the email list, right? About how effective it is and how much money you can make from it. I can send an email to my list anytime and make $10,000. I'm not talking about a month. I'm talking about with one try. And so how you do that is you add lots of value up front. You don't just basically take, and always trying to sell somebody. You got to give value up front. You got to give some tips. You got to make their life better. And how you learn tips is you actually go out there and study and share the things that you're learning. You don't try to fake it till you make it. You don't try to perceive yourself as an expert when you've never done the thing. You just learn from other people in the niche that you're passionate about, that you want to become an expert over time, and you share those things that you're learning, and you're more like the trusted advisor. You're not the expert, you're the trusted advisor. You're sharing things you're learning, you're taking people on your journey, you're letting them inside your world, and then what happens is eventually they end up buying from you. That's how it works. But people are so in a rush to get sales. So here's what I did with email. When I first started, and email is still heavily my focus because it's the best platform to get in front of somebody like that. Like with social media, here's an example. You could post something on, say, Instagram, and not everybody is like guaranteed to do what you want. Even if they like your post, a lot of people are not going to click over to where you want them to go to. Like, because you got to say, hey, click the link in my description. Some people will, but most people won't. With email, you can literally get into their inbox, and then from there, they just got to click a link. And that's how you push traffic wherever you want it to go, to a sales page, to go see, a new blog post you created, whatever it be. So with email, this is where I focused. I built my email list up. But what I did different, and because I learned this concept from my mentor years ago, marketer A, marketer B. You'll see marketer A in every single big niche, there's lots of money to be made. And that is where basically all they do is sell, 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 sell. And what happens is they have to keep building a new email list or a new audience like every month. Literally, they make a bunch of money, but then they're starting over every single month, and they have no real trust, nothing. They're solely relying on volume. They got to get as many possible people as they can. And usually when they do this, they're using really hypey marketing. They're promising the world, it doesn't matter if it's fitness, it's make money online. They're promising these unrealistic promises, and they're catering to the bottom segment of the market. They're just like, they're gullible. And that's how they make money, right? And every month they just replenish it. Marketer B is somebody who cares about the audience. They care about the people they're catering to, their problems, their desires, their hopes, their fears. And by giving that goodwill over and over and over, when they recommend something and it's not even really selling, people just buy in droves. Like there's tons of people, I could give you examples in all different niches, that they're not good salesmen. Like they really just recommend things, even their own products. They're like giving a bunch of value. They overwhelm you with all the cool stuff they're sharing with you in that topic. And then it's like, hey guys, by the way, you should check out these magnesium caps. I've been taking these things, and it helps them get a really good night of sleep. And then people just go buy it in droves. And this is how you do it, right? So to really represent this example, I did a case study for my audience to show how trust works, right? And it was only for $10,000. I was not doing it for the purpose of making a lot of money. It was solely for the fact to show them how things work, right? So I ended up making $10,000 in the front end because I limited it to 100 people. The product was $97, so round up. And then on the back end, I made an additional around like $45,000 or 40. I can't remember the exact number. I did a case study for my audience, right? And what I did is I basically gave value for like roughly a week and a half. And then I announced that I'm going to create this product, right? And so all I'm doing is I'm giving value, and we're gonna call these the equity, right? And it's not money. So I was giving the value out and the tips and sharing things that they wanted to learn. And then I announced that I'm going to be launching a product tomorrow. And so what I said in this email, so we're gonna make this the email. I said, hey, look guys, if I've been teaching you all this stuff and going over everything, but obviously that was like the mountaintop view. I taught you like the what you should be focusing on, how to put everything together in your head. But obviously there's the technical side of things, and there's strategic ways that you put things together. I'm going to be releasing this product tomorrow, and it's only going to be good for 100 people. And this was not fake scarcity. It was not saying something's limited, and it wasn't. It really was 100 people, right? And so I released it the day that I said I was going to do, the very next day. But what I said in that email when I wrote it is that if you trust me, and just like, from all the stuff I've been giving you, in your head that you absolutely want in, and all you got to do is literally reply to this email, and I'll give you a PayPal link. Now I'm warning you, I don't have a sales page created. I haven't finished all that stuff. And I give them like literally some bullet points. So it's like ... You're going to get this, you're going to get this, you're going to get this, and this, it's going to do this, and it's going to do this and do this. And that's all I really said. And literally, I want to say it was close to like 75 people responded. So I only had like, let's say roughly 25 to 30 spots to sell the next day when I opened up the sales page. So over 75 people, they didn't even clearly know what they were getting, but it was because of all this equity that I built up, right? That by the time that I sold it, it literally almost sold out without no sales page, without direct response marketing, without copywriting. It was solely built on trust. And the reason I did this, and they didn't even know they were going through a case study, is to show them what they're doing wrong. Just like what I'm teaching you right now. I shared with them what they're doing wrong, why they're not making money, and it's because they're focusing on themselves. They're not focused on trust first. And a lot of these people were plenty smart enough. They've been learning for years, but not doing anything. Or if they were doing things, they were doing the model we talked about, which is sell, 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 and nobody trusted them. And by doing this, I showed, how powerful trust is in marketing. Marketing is a powerful thing. Bringing people into your business is needed no matter what business model you're building. But if you're not building trust, you're going to have a hard time selling. Another example I did of this was my service business, right? I originally had this outsourcing business in the Philippines, which I still have. But the problem was when I got into this business, I was like trying to convince people like, hey, you need my services. And the problem with this is I was new. They didn't know anything about me. And even though, I basically had the ability to do the things that they wanted to do to help them, grow their business, I had a team, I could do all the things. There was no equity. There was no value that I added to their life. And all I come out was desperation. So another example, I want to touch on this really quick. People message me all the time. They're like, Zach, help me. Zach, give me a job. You got money. I need a job. And I'm like, is that how you approach people? Like, just give me something? You want something for nothing? Like, people are looking for a mentor, and they're going to somebody who already has the results they want. The person already makes shit tons of money. Why would they take their time out to take money out of their own business and to not be able to help their paying customers to spend it on you for free? And this is the approach I was basically going to try to get business owners, right? I was trying to get them to give me money, which is what I wanted, and convince them that my services are awesome. But I'd not done any upfront like value building rapport, or showing them, some ideas of how I might be able to add value to their business before I asked for the money. So it took me a long time to really launch this, right? Because I wasn't doing it wrong. So after a while of struggling, and pretty much going broke, I started saying, okay, Zach, we got to go back to the drawing board. What do we need to do here in order to fix this problem? So what I started doing is I found some influencers, right? So I'm going to put IF for influencers. I started reaching out to several influencers that I knew are people that are well known. And I offered to do the work for free. Oh my God, for free, right? Like I'm gonna have to do work and not get paid. But what I wanted the testimonial if they were happy with their business, and I wanted to be able to showcase their work. And what happened was, now I had all these testimonial videos, and I could show up front that basically, these people were very happy with my work, and the selling become very easy because now I had social proof. I did the same thing with all my other businesses where I created products, is that I would literally find people, help them get results first, and then I'm able to showcase them, which is what other people want. They want the results, and I was able to show that what I teach works. I still do all this stuff to this same day. A lot of people are trying to take, but they're never asking, how can I help you? How can I give value to you first? How can I build that relationship with you? How can we start off on the right foot? And then later, once there's enough equity, then they ask for the sell. This is kind of like when guys try to go to a party and they want to walk up to a girl and be sleazy and think they're going to take them home right away. And they've not even built any rapport. They've not even established, like, does the girl find them interesting? Are they interested in them? And this is the thing. You're trying to sleep with your customers and you've not even had any foreplay. So here's the thing. If you want to build a successful business, you start with building the audience. You start with the people. Who are you selling to? Then you give value and you build up enough of that equity, and then you literally can just recommend products. And that's how you can create a $10,000 per month business without ever selling a thing. That's how you can build a successful service-based business. It's how you can build a consulting business. It's how you can, sell your own products, whatever it be. You got to build goodwill first. So start with building your audience. And then from there, figure out the problems they have and connect them with it. Now, it's very easy to go out there and find a really good product that you want to sell and then find the audience, but you gotta have the big idea in mind. And so for me, I build the audience and then I connect them with the right products. That's how you do it, not the other way around. So if you got value from this, I'd appreciate, for one, if you comment below, let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, because I drop videos like this every single day. And then finally, if you want to learn how this whole process fits together, right? This is the mountaintop view. This is how everything works and fits together. But if you want to learn how this step-by-step works, then I got some training in the description that you can go ahead and grab, and that will walk you through the deep dive of how you put all this stuff together. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.